Okay, we're going to review our document now and have a wee look, make sure it's looking the way we want it. So we've got our screenshot in, we've got our images, we've used the heading styles, we've managed to deal with the paragraphs, we've put in headers and footers. So possibly one other thing that we want to have, or another thing that we want to have a look at, is maybe how to create some emphasis within the body text. You know, paragraphs like this. So for instance, if we have a look at this particular paragraph here, we've got certain kind of acronyms that are standing out here, like IEEE 802.3. Now it's not really important that we know what they mean just now, but the fact that they're there possibly indicates that it's something that we want to highlight to the user. So to do that, what we'll do is we'll highlight the text, and we'll then go up and we'll look here at the font area, and in the font area we've got some basic things that we can use: bold, italics, underline. Now underline isn't really used very much at all nowadays in current word processors. It's more a legacy thing from the old days of typewriting, so we won't really use that just now. Okay, we'll stick to bold or italics. So if we click on bold, we should see down here that even through this highlight that that's now went bold, and that's a way of highlighting something in your document. So if we have another look at this area here, we'll make something maybe italics. So how about here, special devices known as repeaters, and we can make that italics. Bridges, highlight and click, italics, and routers. And again, what we're doing is we're emphasizing certain words or certain areas of our document. We're basically trying to make them stand out and attract the attention of the user. So it's very good in, for instance, your TMAs, if you're wanting to bring something to the attention of your lecturer or your tutor, so that when they're marking they can see clearly that you know that this is a key area, for instance. Okay, now up inside font we've got other things that we may want to use, such as a subscript or a superscript, and basically they just allow us, if you were maybe typing some very elementary mathematical formulas, to use that superscript to get like a square or a cube. You know, when you would say something like x squared equals x times x, and we could get that in there. Okay. We've also got here, this area, you've got the typeface or the font face that your current text is. Now at the moment this text is set as Times New Roman. If I highlight Network Technologies, you'll see that that is set as Cambria, which is a different font face or typeface altogether. And we can also see the size, the point size or the font size. There currently that's at 12 point, okay, which is the size. Now when you're updating your document or you're typing up your document, if you're submitting it for a TMA, think very carefully about the font face and the size that you use. Common sizes are usually around about 12 point for body text. Sometimes you will get in academia a document that tells you that you need to make your own submission document look a certain way or feel, and sometimes that will say that the body text must be Times New Roman and it must be 12 point. And going back a bit to our paragraph styles, it may also say that it has to be double line spaced or it has to be single line spaced. It's always best to follow that kind of guidance that you're given. Okay. One of the biggest traps that people fall into when they're sort of trying to do up their document in some sort of way is that they tend to highlight the text and think, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go in here and oh, look at all these different fonts that I've got, and you can see as I roll through them it changes so you can get a preview. Now these fonts all look very nice, but they're not very academic, so best just to stick to Times New Roman, and in some points Arial. That's the best way to go. Okay, that's just a wee bit of advice, rather than putting in some fancy fonts that, you know, maybe your lecturer can't read, but they look very pretty. Now the other thing that you may want to do to bring attention in a document, it's not done that often in academic style documents, but I'll show you just now anyway, is that you may want to, say for instance, highlight the text here, and for some reason we want to make it stand out, so we'll change the colour. So we click on this area here. You can see at the moment it's automatic and that comes out as black, but we have a whole range or shades of colour that we can use, and you can see as I go over the top of these colours, you can see the text changing there. So they range from nice soft pastel type shades to sort of darker shades, and also some more vibrant shades. But again, you can see yourself that as I go over them, some of the shades just don't look very good at all. So let's just choose a colour. Let's go for maybe that red colour there and click, and that will have changed the colour of the text there. Okay, as I said, it's something that you can do, but again it depends on the document that you're writing as to whether you want to do it or not. Okay.